First off, let's talk about APCs. These guys are in the front. They're overpowered. They've got 31,000 health when they're maxed out, and you've got a level 20 munition on it. The troops that come out they come with Protect. You can have an extra 2 max per APC, so that's 8 total heavy infantry that spawn at all times. At the end here, every third wave, you get a machine gun, and then you get your suppressive power. The cool thing about APCs is that the heavy infantry that they spawn, those heavy infantry stay in front of them, and they take the damage, they take the traps, they soak up the anti-tank guns, they soak up everything so that the APC doesn't die. And when those guys die, the APC just replenishes them. So they're like a rolling garrison, basically, pumping out protected troops. And the cool thing is that the APC inherits everything that you do to your heavy infantry in your barracks. So it spawns these guys. I've got explosive rounds on these guys. I've invested a lot of time and effort on maxing this as much as I can. The splash damage is insane. They rip through defenders because they splash damage, and working on maxing that out. So when you really boost them up and you max them out, you get insane numbers, 20,000 per second against anything, and then 50,000 against buildings and walls. They just rip through. So they're in the foreground of your army. They're the ones taking the heat, the damage. They're dealing it quite a bit back. They're destroying walls and opening them up like they're nothing on a 3D base. And then when they die, the APC just replaces them quickly, and they get Protect on them. So super overpowered, and they stay in front of the APC so the APC doesn't die. The thing that is next is you see the field mortars. These guys are in the middle. They have 6 range when you max out their research and everything. It's 15,000 damage against defenders and tanks. They also have splash damage naturally. So if defenders are clumped up or tanks are clumped up, they just take them out so fast. They stay safe from anti-tank guns and towers and readouts or machine gun towers. They stay safe so well, and they're firing from afar. And then what you have in the back are these guys, the ranged artillery. They're firing 10,000 damage at buildings from 8 range. That is so far. And so they're in the back taking out buildings, but they also can shoot 8 range from where they are, so that buildings are being blown up and taking damage way ahead of your army too before they get there. They've got naturally a 60% damage reduction from defensive buildings at all times, which is great. But yeah, these guys stay alive really well. And this munition gives them an extra +1 range. So it gives them 8 range instead of 7. So really good. The deployment radio munition on the APC says that it spawns a machine gun on every 3rd wave. Well, that takes also whatever machine gun you have currently. So I'm beefing these guys up right now. I'm upgrading them. I haven't fully upgraded them, but they're still very strong. When you see so many machine guns on the field that you don't even take with you, they're just popping out of the APC every 3rd wave. It's awesome. Those troops, they all work together so well. And the paratroopers, of course, the transports are awesome and overpowered. They don't spawn defender buildings, and they just take out... They spawn 4 paratroopers in World War, by the way. And then they've got their own munition equipment. So, you keep working on these, they're going to be just sky high on hit points and damage. Absolutely crazy. That's kind of the reasoning behind. Let's go to an attack here, and I'll show you this in action. So I always pick the shortest or the easiest side to the town center. Satellite scan. Take out the silo with my stealth recon. Then I use my dynamite here to blow it up. I take up to 3 dynamite. Meanwhile, my paratroopers are over here clearing out the way here to open up this area for my troops to deploy, and they'll make it to the town center quicker. I'll also Before I spawn everyone, I just like to do another paratrooper there, and then I start doing my heavy tank, not my heavy tank, but my mercs first, my tanky stuff, and that attracts whatever enemies are on the ground to them first, and then I just deploy everybody. And then I always rally to the TC after I watch for this loading, and then I blitzkrieg so no one comes out. And then I always rally and attack it and destroy it. And I have no commanders to deal with, no donated allied enemies inside to deal with. So, and by there, I call that the breach. And so if you have a great breach, basically the rest of the battle is most likely downhill from there.